Tyson's got to box him, be a little dirty, play close to the bone, make him feel uncomfortable, get him complaining. He's got to do that. He's got to change it up. If he does exactly the same thing he did in the first place, he loses. It doesn't matter what weight he comes in at.
Johnny Nelson cautioned Tyson Fury about Oleksandr Usyk's potential game plan, offering strategic advice that could help Fury reclaim his titles. On the other end, Jamie Moore advised Tyson Fury to capitalize on his size and strength by turning the fight with Oleksandr Usyk into a physical battle. He highlighted the need to wear Usyk down early by targeting his body, making the contest grueling and preventing Usyk from using his superior boxing skills in the later rounds. Moore emphasized that Fury must disrupt Usyk's rhythm and adaptability to gain the upper hand.
Tyson Fury can drag him into a dogfight like I thought he should have approached the first fight, because when you've got so much size and weight advantage, you've got to utilise it. And I don't ever think someone who's so ring savvy and experienced and learns from a fight as it progresses. Usyk is so well versed in that. He adapts to you so well. You can't allow him to go into the second half of the fight where he's just being outboxed, but he's not being outmanned. And I feel like Fury's got to outman him, drag him into an ugly fight, work his body, and make sure he's fatigued going into the second half of the fight so he can't run away with it.
Piers Morgan expressed confidence in Tyson Fury's ability to avenge his loss to Oleksandr Usyk, noting that Fury would be determined to reclaim his standing. He emphasized that it would be unwise to ever underestimate Fury, given his resilience and track record in overcoming challenges.
British fans want to know, is Tyson Fury going to be able to avenge that loss to Usyk?
He'll want to.
What do you think, Kenny?
I've never ever underestimated Tyson Fury.
Meanwhile, Joe Rogan noted that Oleksandr Usyk poses a distinct challenge for Tyson Fury, one that the Gypsy King has yet to completely figure out. Fury, known for taking on numerous formidable opponents, has often relied on his size and skill to dominate.
And huge. And if you watch the Usyk fight, he was touching Usyk up in the beginning of the fight.
Yeah.
I mean, that reach and that jab, the accuracy that he has, he was doing really well in that fight until he started to slow down a little bit. And Usyk wound up just catching him.
Yeah.
Richard Torres viewed the rematch between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk as intriguing, acknowledging Usyk's clear win in their first fight while praising Fury's competitiveness. He suggested Usyk has a more straightforward path to refining his strategy, while Fury must adjust by improving his footwork and showcasing greater versatility. Though leaning slightly toward Usyk, Torres noted Fury's power and adaptability as factors that could still turn the fight in his favor.
Usyk definitely won that first fight, but it was still a close fight. You know, there was like Tyson was doing his thing. I'm excited for the rematch. I've been just a fan of Tyson from an early age, and I've tried to mimic some of Usyk's style. So I have some skin in the game for both sides, but I'm just looking for a good fight. I think that Usyk kind of has a little bit more of a game plan now that he could double up on, and I think that Fury needs to kind of switch up what he needs to do. He needs to get on his feet more. He needs to box. He needs to kind of show a little different facets that he has shown before, but he needs to bring back. But I think it's easier for Usyk to double down than it is for Tyson to change. So I'm leaning a little more towards Usyk, but Tyson Fury, you know, he's a heavyweight. He's a puncher. He has a punch. He has a punch, and he can do what he needs to do.
Simon Jordan highlighted the physical toll the first fight took on Oleksandr Usyk, who overcame a significant size disadvantage against Tyson Fury. He pointed to a pivotal moment in the 6th round when Fury landed a brutal uppercut, giving him control from rounds 4 to 7. However, Usyk's resilience and ability to recover stood out as he regained control in the later rounds. Jordan emphasized Usyk's mental toughness and technical skill, which allowed him to adapt and execute his strategy despite the challenges.
What they both put on there, and you know, whoever won or lost that fight, or whoever felt they won or lost that fight, it was a tough fight. So you have to, straight away you get that respect. You gain
both
that respect.
of them know it was a tough fight.
Yeah, of course
you gain that respect.
Yeah. Do you go with the? I mean, I remember Frank talking after the fight, or maybe a day after the fight, saying he went into the dressing room after the fight and saw Usyk, and Usyk looked like he'd had more taken out of him
I will definitely say that Usyk would have had to work a lot harder than Tyson Fury because of the size disadvantages, the size advantage in Fury's favour.
However, Johnny Nelson weighed in on the Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk rematch, asserting that if Fury doesn't adjust his strategy, the outcome will likely mirror their first fight. He noted that Usyk now has a clear strategy for defeating Fury, having demonstrated his ability to hurt him with superior speed, precision, and technical skill. Weighing in at around 15 stone, Usyk recognizes his advantages in certain areas and knows what to expect from Fury this time around.
Tyson Fury doesn't change anything like he keeps saying he's not, then the result will be exactly the same. If Tyson Fury... The problem is, Usyk now has a blueprint for beating Tyson Fury. But Usyk now knows, he doesn't think, now knows he can hurt Tyson Fury. Now knows he's a bit faster, a bit sharper, he can get away with certain things. He knows this. Usyk was coming in around the 15 stone bracket. And so he knows he has the speed, he has the power, and he has the boxing ability to beat him.
Nelson stressed that for Fury to prevail, he must significantly revise his tactics. While he views Fury as the more complete fighter, he considers Usyk the more skilled boxer. The key, Nelson explained, is for Fury to disrupt Usyk's rhythm by making the fight uncomfortable, even employing rougher tactics to gain the upper hand. Repeating the same game plan as the first bout, regardless of Fury's weight, would likely lead to another defeat.
He knows what to expect. So the second time around, unless Tyson Fury changes drastically, and I still believe Tyson Fury has a beating of him, I think he chose the wrong tactics. I think what they probably worked on was the wrong thing. Tyson's a better fighter, Usyk's a better boxer. They can both fight and they can both box. One is better at the other one than the other. So how does it? It's about measuring it out. You know, Tyson's got to box him, be a little dirty, play close to the bone, make him feel uncomfortable, get him complaining. He's got to do that. He's got to change it up. If he does exactly the same thing he did in the first place, he loses. It doesn't matter what weight he comes in at.
Nelson further emphasized the importance of strategy in determining the outcome. He highlighted that while Fury is a great fighter, Usyk is the superior boxer, making the clash a test of whose game plan is more effective. Nelson pointed out that if Fury sticks to the same approach as their first fight, he is likely to lose, underscoring the need for tactical adjustments to secure victory.
Now Tyson Fury is very good at reading a fight, but so is Usyk. So it's a case of who's got what, who's the smarter, whose game plan works out the most. I said one's a good fighter, one's a better boxer. It's whose game plan works out the most. And Tyson Fury is saying to you lot, I'm going to do exactly the same as I did last time, he loses.
From an outsider's perspective, Eddie Hearn praised Oleksandr Usyk as the pound-for-pound best and an undisputed champion, but he emphasized that Tyson Fury has consistently proven his critics wrong. He pointed out that Fury should never be underestimated in the upcoming fight, showing respect for both fighters and their accomplishments.
And Oleksandr Usyk proved himself as the pound-for-pound #1 in the sport. Just a remarkable fighter, undisputed cruiserweight world champion, undisputed heavyweight world champion. And you know, every time I've bet against Tyson Fury, he's proved everybody wrong. So you can't rule him out in this fight. And all the respect for Oleksandr Usyk. We have to be Team Britain.
Tyson Fury's trainer Sugar Hill described the first fight as an exciting contest, with both fighters having their moments of aggression. While acknowledging the disappointment of the loss, he emphasized the importance of using it as a learning experience to improve. Looking ahead to the rematch, Sugar Hill noted that life lessons can foster growth and contribute to a stronger performance.
And that's what made that first fight just such a great fight, you know, for boxing, period. Whether Tyson won or lost, on my side, I'm with Tyson, so obviously I'm not so happy about the loss because it was a loss, but the thing to do is just to learn from that and to get better.
What's the difference heading into a rematch, Sugar? What's the difference going into a rematch?
You learn lessons in life and you can make yourself better from that.
Tony Bellew predicted a more decisive loss for Tyson Fury in the rematch against Oleksandr Usyk. He highlighted Usyk's strength in fighting on the back foot, a style that challenges Fury's ability to dominate. While Fury applied pressure in the first fight, Bellew noted Usyk's defensive skill and counterpunching as key advantages. He suggested that beating Usyk requires consistent counters, feints, and superior technique areas Fury has yet to master.
But if I'm being totally honest, do I think he'll win? No. I think he'll lose again. And this time, I think he'll lose really, really clearly because Usyk this time will go on the back foot. And that is the worst nightmare for for Tyson Fury, because that's one that he can't control. You've got to understand, Cougs, he pressed the whole fight. he walked the 6'9", 20-stone man down. He walked him down and bullied him. Imagine what he does when he fights to his attributes and fights to his best, because his best is fighting on the back foot. Anyone who studies and knows Usyk the way I know him, and I studied him, is you'll know that you've got to bring him to you, and that's the way to beat him. But you've got to counter him and feint, and you've got to be able to sharpshoot with him, you've got to be able to box with him, you've got to be able to offset him, but you've got to be able to continuously do all these things round after round. I couldn't, because guess what? I got tired. That was 6 rounds, 7 rounds of doing it.
Dean White shared his thoughts on the rematch, expressing confidence in Tyson Fury's ability to secure a win. He advised Fury to return to his earlier style, emphasizing aggressive front-foot boxing to force Oleksandr Usyk onto the back foot. White stressed that this approach could be crucial for Fury to claim victory in the highly anticipated fight.
Do you think Fury could do enough to turn the tide? Because he did look good in that. Yeah.
I think he can do enough, man. I think he needs to go back to what he was doing, try and box on the front foot and push him back.
Spencer Fearon reflected on the intense nature of the first fight between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk, stressing the mutual respect that must exist between two fighters who endured 12 grueling rounds. He pointed out that such battles leave a lasting impact on both competitors, raising doubts about how much either man has left going into the rematch. Fearon explained that, in most cases, the fighter who is outworked in a tough fight struggles to bounce back, while the winner gains a psychological advantage from overcoming adversity and emerging victorious.
12 really hard rounds, and they were hard rounds. 12 hard rounds with each other. There has to be that camaraderie of respect. There's got to be, you know? And we shall see what either man has left, because that was a hard fight, right? It was a hard fight. But the thing about when you see hard fights, usually, right, the guy that comes out second best in a hard fight usually can't muster anything else, right? And then psychologically, the guy that survived the hard fight but came out victorious.
Fearon drew a comparison to the iconic rivalry between Evander Holyfield and Riddick Bowe. In their initial bout, Bowe triumphed in a tough battle. However, in the rematch, Holyfield adjusted his tactics and, with the help of Emmanuel Stewart, outboxed Bowe to win, even amidst the disruption caused by the Fan Man incident. Fearon proposed that Tyson Fury may need to similarly adjust his approach for the rematch with Usyk. By fine-tuning his strategy and technique, Fury could potentially turn the tide and secure victory.
But if we flip the page back to when Evander Holyfield fought Riddick Bowe, in the first fight, it was a hard fight and Riddick Bowe got the win, and it was a very hard fight, right? But then in the rematch, through adaptation of style and changing of style, that's when Evander Holyfield then got linked with Emmanuel Stewart. He changed his whole game plan and he beat Riddick Bowe on points. And famously, you had the Fan Man that came into the ring that stopped the fighting as well. But regardless of that, if Tyson Fury can change his style a little bit, right, then there's a possibility of Tyson Fury coming out victorious, and coming out victorious relatively easy.
Mark Tibbs recommended that Tyson Fury take command of the center of the ring, force Usyk onto the back foot, and concentrate on landing his straight right hand, followed by the uppercut. He acknowledged Fury's success in their first fight, but pointed out that Usyk managed to regain momentum with a left cross. Tibbs emphasized the importance of Fury winning the final round to ensure a win or draw, stressing that maintaining aggression and adhering to his strategy would be crucial for victory in the rematch.
Well, Fury's got to get Usyk really, he's got to hold the centre with him and get him on his back foot as much as he can, and he's got to get the straight right hand off before the right uppercut. In my opinion, straight one beats the uppercuts, and he's got to front hand him and back him up, lift him up, bomb. He was doing really well, Tyson, and let him back in, and Usyk got his left cross off, being a southpaw. He got it off, and I was like, oh. No, it could go downhill, and it did a little bit for Fury. He needed to win that last round, like big, to get a draw or the win.
Jay Opataya shared his anticipation for the rematch between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk, noting that both fighters are now more acquainted with each other's styles, which makes the fight even more compelling. Opataya believes that Fury possesses the necessary skills to defeat Usyk, but emphasized that the crucial factor will be how well Fury can execute his tactics on the night of the fight.
Yeah, that's a good fight. You know, I'm excited for this second fight. You know, I feel like they both sort of know each other now, and I feel like Fury, he's got the tools to beat, you know, Usyk, but he just needs to apply them.
Russ Anber dismissed the pre-fight hype and talk surrounding the rematch, stressing that the only thing that truly matters is the result in the ring. Reflecting on the first fight, Anber pointed out that all the buildup became irrelevant once the winner was decided. He downplayed the importance of promotional stunts, weigh-ins, and face-offs, stating that his primary focus is on ensuring his fighter's mental and physical readiness throughout camp and on fight night. Anber emphasized that the key is for his fighter to execute the game plan over 12 rounds, just as they did in the first fight, and expressed confidence in their ability to repeat that success in the rematch.
Yeah, listen, it's all talk, it's all hype. As we saw in the first fight, when all the talking was done, at the end of the day, you know, you had a winner and a loser, and that's what matters to me. I don't care. You can talk. It's all for show. You know, this is all to sell tickets and to get people to say, "Oh, did you see what he said?" And "Oh, did you see what he said?" I don't care. I don't care. Me, I care what the mental state of my fighter is when we're in camp and when we go into the ring. I don't care what was said before. I don't care what you do at the weigh-in. I don't care about the stare down. I don't care about none of that stuff. I care that my guy's ready, that he's in shape, he's mentally prepared to do the 12 rounds the way we want him to do them, just like he did it the first time. And that's what I'm going to be counting on again for the rematch.
Dave Coldwell commented that there wasn't much talk leading up to the fight, as Fury remained silent, while Usyk let his actions speak for him, such as his choice of outfit and efforts to raise money for Ukrainian soldiers. Coldwell pointed out that after losing the first fight, Fury couldn't engage in trash talk this time, making the rematch strictly about business. He emphasized that Fury understands the task at hand and will prepare to the best of his ability for the upcoming bout.
Apart from the track that Tyson Fury walked out to, and apart from the outfit that Usyk walked into, there wasn't a lot to say, was there? There's never going to be a lot. If Tyson's in that mood where he doesn't want to speak much, then he don't give you much. And Usyk's Usyk, you know, he basically spoke without speaking in his outfit, and you know, the briefcase, and getting Tyson to sign that that photo so he could raise some money for the Ukrainian soldiers and things like that. He was never going to get a lot, you know. It's just not. I think Tyson knows this time, whereas he was calling him names before the last one. Can't really do that this time because he got beat. You know, it'd look pretty silly if he'd be calling him all names under the sun after having got beat. So I think it's just business now, and he knows he's got a job to do, and he's going to prepare to the best that he can to get the job done, really.
Antonio Tarver recommended that Tyson Fury adopt a new strategy for his rematch with Usyk, emphasizing the critical need for a win to protect his standing. He suggested that a victory could set the stage for a trilogy, allowing fans to see the rivalry unfold further. Tarver believes that with the right adjustments, Fury could secure consecutive wins and shift the momentum in his favor.
I think we have to see something different. You know what I mean? If Tyson Fury want to really, you know, save, you know, not saying his legacy, but save where he's at right now today, he has to win that rematch. Vitally important that he flip the table on Usyk and make sure we have a trilogy so we can truly see, you know what I mean? Maybe Tyson win back-to-back fights.
Adam Smith pointed out the unpredictability of heavyweight boxing, suggesting that the rematch could feature knockdowns or even a stoppage. While many may favor Oleksandr Usyk after their first encounter, Smith highlighted Tyson Fury's strengths, especially his exceptional footwork. He also raised a key question, whether Fury can return to his best form and make the most of his advantages in the upcoming fight.
Could Fury get a knockdown this time? Could Fury get a stoppage? Could Usyk even get a stoppage? Or, as most people think, will it go the distance? And which way will the judges feel? I think it's close. It's a close one to call. I think probably the majority will go with Usyk just because he won the first fight. But Fury has got so many advantages too. I think one thing that could come into play is Fury's legs. What is still left there with Tyson Fury? Is he as good as he once was? Can he be as good again?
Matt Macklin called the upcoming fight captivating, underlining the crucial role strategy will play due to the intelligence of both fighters. He highlighted that each fighter will undoubtedly assess their past performances, which adds to the anticipation, as it will be interesting to see who can make the necessary adjustments and outperform the other. Macklin pointed out that the mental aspect of the fight, combined with their tactical changes, will make this rematch a fascinating contest.
As much as it'll be fascinating, really, to see how that fight is won and lost. I think tactics will be so. I mean, the key in any fight, but I think in this one really will be, particularly because they're both so clever, and they'll both be analysing their performances, what they did well, what they didn't do well, what the opponent did well, and everything. And then it'll be fascinating to see who can outdo the other.
Terence Crawford shared his thoughts on the Oleksandr Usyk versus Tyson Fury fight, praising both fighters for their skills. He expressed excitement about the upcoming bout, calling it a great matchup and wishing both fighters the best of luck. Crawford ultimately congratulated the future undisputed heavyweight champion, regardless of who emerges victorious, recognizing the significant achievement ahead for the winner.
My prediction for the Usyk and Tyson Fury fight, both of them win. I like both of them. It's gonna be a great fight. May the best man win. And to the new undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, congratulations.
Paul Smith speculated that Tyson Fury might retire after his next fight, noting that a potential bout with Anthony Joshua may no longer hold the same appeal for the public. While acknowledging Oleksandr Usyk as the favorite, Smith suggested that Fury could still pull off an unexpected victory, emphasizing that anything could happen in the ring.
I think it could be his last fight, regardless of what he does. If he wins, he could retire in the ring and be done, because I think the AJ fight's gone. I don't think anyone will want to see that now, with all due respect to both of them, in my opinion. But I think it's Usyk's fight to lose. I think Usyk's proven he's number one in the division now, with a lot, especially that given how well Dubois done. So it's Usyk's to lose, but it's not by all means a foregone conclusion. You know, I think Usyk is the favourite. I think Usyk would possibly do it, but wouldn't be surprised if Fury did it.
Spencer Oliver expressed confidence that Tyson Fury can reverse the outcome in the rematch, highlighting his exceptional boxing IQ. He suggested that Fury may have underestimated Oleksandr Usyk's skill and power during their first encounter. Oliver noted that Usyk's aggressive approach threw Fury off balance, causing him to take 4 or 5 rounds to adjust, which ultimately cost him the fight. However, Oliver remains optimistic that Fury possesses the necessary skills and qualities to succeed in the second bout.
In your opinion, can he turn the tide?
Yeah, of course he can. He's got the ability, he's got the attributes to be able to do that. You know, he's got the boxing IQ. I think that he maybe underestimated Oleksandr Usyk and his strength, actually. And you know, not just his boxing ability, but Usyk took the fight straight to him, and I think that took Fury by surprise. It took him 4 or 5 rounds to get into the fight, and that probably cost him the fight.
Ricky Hatton emphasized the importance of Tyson Fury using his height, reach, and weight more effectively in the rematch, noting that he didn't fully capitalize on these advantages in their first encounter, which allowed Usyk to take charge. Hatton advised Fury to stand his ground, land powerful punches, and assert his physical dominance in the fight. He also stressed the need for a unified and consistent voice in Fury's corner to provide clear and focused guidance throughout the bout.
I think impose his height, impose his reach, impose his weight difference. I mean, all the advantages he has, he didn't use last time. When he allowed, you know, the smaller man, it's a good little man, isn't he? He's a good small man. But I think he allowed the smaller man to bully him around the ring. I'd be a bit inclined to hold my feet, hit him hard, use the weight advantage, use the reach advantage, use the height advantage that I don't think he used last time, and just have one voice in the corner.
Barry McGuigan expects Tyson Fury to stick with his current team, given their long-term success together. However, he believes that Oleksandr Usyk has figured out Fury's style, and that Fury was fortunate to survive their previous fight. McGuigan is doubtful that Fury will make significant improvements in the rematch, expressing skepticism about his ability to change the outcome.
No, I would expect him to show loyalty to the corner. He's had that corner for quite a while, and he's been successful. Why would he change it? You know, he's done very well as a heavyweight champion. He's been around a long time. You know, he served the sport well. He's earned a lot of money. Will he beat Usyk? Never, as far as I'm concerned. And I don't mean that in a nasty way. I'm just simply saying Usyk has his number. He was lucky to get through the fight. He, you know, could have been stopped.
So what are your thoughts on this? What do you think about this upcoming battle between the giants? Share your thoughts in the comments section, and make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video.